everyone.
Hello.
What's up, folks?
What's good?
On the 2 weeks after the Game Awards are announced, we are here. Welcome to
Wait,
another.
has it really been 2 weeks already?
No, it's been a week. Sorry, I've got it.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was about to say.
And we are back with another Anime Amigos, and it's our last versus match for the year.
Yeah. Never mind that. It's our first non-roundup episode of the year.
Is it?
No, it isn't.
No, it's not. Because we did.
We
What
only
was
do
it?
3 roundups a year, don't we?
We did Ghost in the Shell versus Akira.
No, I meant before the seasonal roundup and then the anime of the year one.
Oh, right.
Yeah, no, it's we're gonna be before we move on. My name's Calvin Atkinson. I'm the Pokemon punk and the author of Nerd Console's Guide to Anime, available on Amazon.com.
Plug.
Hashtag shameless plug.
Oh, hashtag no regrets.
You're just showing off your plug with no bra.
I'm Reese, the Gundam Guru.
I'm Ren, the JoJo genius.
I'm Mini Chamberlain, Vanguard Vagrant, and I have been working on a very elaborate and erotic performance for this episode for probably the last year because I was preparing for it. And there was one and only for it to be ruined because Calvin forgot the fucking pink wig! God damn it, Calvin!
He sold it to a charity shop.
I was fully ready for this. I brought the Akatsuki Coke. I've eaten nothing but Monster Munch for a week. And I even brought the Freddy Fazbear and Sasuke Funko Pops, and now you've ruined it.
Who are you going to wait?
Look at all these Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I brought all these Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I have 16 more tins this size in my left pocket.
Okay.
Only for you to ruin it.
Okay, we agreed to the Sasuke and the Fazbear. We never agreed.
I
to the
brought
cards.
a second-hand copy of I Pronounce You Chuck and Larry on DVD
Give me that
just for this performance, and you ruined it.
Yeah, I think that's what that film deserves.
Yeah.
To be honest.
To be fair, that film sucks so much.
That's £1.50 I'm never gonna get back. £1.50.
And they still overcharged you by.
I could have bought 2 Boost chocolates for that.
Let's move on.
Or one Freddo.
Let's move on. This joke is dying.
Just wait till Brexit. Even then, that won't be able to cover a Freddo.
Yeah, true.
I'll tell you one thing I like about the fact I suggested this episode like a few months ago to these guys, and they're like, "Really? These pair against each other?" And then I kind of said, "Actually, when you compare these two side by side, there's a lot of similarities between these shows. Like,
Yeah, it is actually, yeah.
like they
Their
both."
endings both suck.
No. They both have pink-haired protagonists. They both have controversial endings and plot twists. They both had a really great start. They have very similar episode length. I feel like Mirai, Nikki, and Darling the FranXX both have very loyal fan bases, but a lot of haters.
Yeah.
Which is going to explain what the like and which we'll know who we've pleased by the like and dislike ratio. And incidentally, that opening does mean now that we are getting sued by the FTC.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks, Copper. Remember, we are a general audience setting.
No, we swear too much. We're basically adults only.
Excellent, which means we can be searched for.
Yay!
Thank you, Copper. The thing that we're not going to comment on it because enough people smarter than us have commented on it, and we're going to be fine. We're going to continue.
Yeah, the thing is, I think for the most part, like, people are going to get fucked over, but I don't think it's going to be quite as bad as the YouTube algorithm because there's actual people watching the video.
No. I think the difference is
rather than a bot.
Actually, to be fair, I think with what we've heard, the FTC have basically said we're not going to go after people. We recognise that these things appeal to general audiences. There's a general audience clause that gets you out of it. It's more YouTube. If more YouTube has failed everyone else.
Yes.
Can I have a layman's explanation as to what this is, please?
Basically, YouTube were being a bunch of fucking idiots and were doing some data mining
on kids.
What?
So they could advertise specific ads on kids channels. So the FTC basically went, that's a big no-no, and sued YouTube, like I think over $100 million.
Rightfully so.
Yeah. Which let's be honest, they can easily pay off.
The
and now we're getting punished for it.
Yeah, because YouTube basically passed the buck to creators, and now you have to label all your videos either adult or kids. And if it's kids, you can't receive monetization.
No, you can. You just get 90%. You just get a 90% decrease.
Your thing can't show up on search engines.
It can't be recommended. It can't be recommended. No one gets notifications.
What?
And do you want to know what happens if you don't do this?
You get
And they
fined.
think that you are in fact child friendly. You get fined $42,000 per video.
This would have negated entirely something like Baby Shark or Johnny, yes, Papa.
Yeah, this
But
is
wouldn't have even been able.
But the good news is the FTC is actually, for their credit, the FTC has been very communicative on the process. Which, considering the Article 17 situation, they were not being communicative with us.
Yeah,
And we were left in the dark. The FTC has at least announced our concerns and said, we hear the concerns.
Oh God. Sorry, the light just.
yeah.
God is on our side.
Oh! Deus ex machina.
Praise the bomb.
No, Brad.
No, it's glory to the
Glory
bomb.
to the bomb.
Brett, I should explain that is an in-joke from AnimeCon when we were playing Mario Party on the Bob-omb map. That is...
And he was just running around the bomb trying to get it to blow up.
Please,
And I still didn't come last.
please.
That's because we all lost connection. No one won.
Yeah.
And it's also because I came last in the second game because you all punished me.
That's because you disagreed with us and didn't do the glory to the bomb.
But the point is, getting back to the point, they've said outright, we're not, the general audience exception is there. We have no intention of just going after every single video game reviewer or anyone who reviews Nintendo products.
Yeah.
So
I think we're not the best people to watch it. If you want a good explanation on it, I highly recommend watching Chatronic's video. And if you want basically a very comedic take and explanation on it, I recommend watching Tier of Grace's one on it because that is really fun. Because that one is generally really funny.
Normally what we do with these things is we kind of state our opinions on the things we're talking about. So like Your Name and the Silent Voice, we said we love both of these. I feel like with these shows too, we're very fluctuate on this one. On terms of our opinions, and I think we all agree we all fluctuate our opinion. Except Elliot really likes Mirai Nikki.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, I'm not quite as critical with Darling in the Franxx as other people are. I do still think that's legitimately a good show.
It's an alright. It has good parts, 100%.
Yeah, and then everything after episode 15 happens.
Yeah. I would actually say
Episode 14. 15 was
Oh my
good.
God! Wait, episode 15. Ichigo, 1-5. Sorry, that's blown my mind. Anyway,
let's move on.
this is proof that she's best girl.
No, I would say it.
Everything after that number sucks. Therefore, she's best girl.
Shut up.
I've proven it. I've done it.
Let's move swiftly on.
Well, it's the end of the world. Thank you for watching, everybody. We're gonna die.
The light's gonna go out in a minute because God will no longer be on our side.
Yeah.
But here's the
And just a red pit will go around us. Oh shit, it's the devil.
But here's the thing with Mirai Nikki. I actually think the difference is I think I was more critical of Mirai Nikki when I was watching it. I was more critical with Darling in the Franxx after I watched it. I think that's the big difference. I had the opposite effect. I noticed more of the good in Mirai Nikki after I was finished with it. And I noticed more of the bad in Darling in the Franxx after I... But I'm not saying... I'm a bit half and half on this. I think both shows are good. I just neither show's great.
Yeah. With me, expect a tiny bit of bias with Mirai Nikki because, as I said, it's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Bias with Elliot? Unheard of.
Well, okay. Now, normally when we did this...
Off.
The last two times...
Jojo.
I'm terrible.
Jojo.
I'm Jojo.
We are not...
Mojo.
See, prepare for season 3 of
I am no longer Mojo Jojo. I am Mojo Jojo.
You three exist to kill me. It's slow.
Jojo.
So, last times we've done this, we've divided into 5 categories. This one we've done 7, but we're going to be a bit quicker on them.
Yeah.
But because mainly, it's first one to 4 wins.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can go with Darling in the Franxx getting any points with Reese in the
No,
room.
just wait till I get to it.
Well, I think you'll get some points from me.
Here's the thing.
He's definitely got one from me.
Here's the thing, though, Reese, you might give it a point in this category because we're doing OPs and EDs. So we combine them together for this one because we felt like a straight match on these is a bit unfair. So we thought together. We're also lumping the soundtrack in. I think we were going to lump the soundtrack in for this lot, but we thought the soundtrack for these shows isn't remarkable in either case.
It isn't too. They are too.
Yeah, it didn't really stand out that much.
Like Mirai Nikki's has its moments, and Darling in the Franxx have their moments, but I think no, the best music in these shows is the OPs and the EDs.
Yeah, and these shows, good God, they have good OPs.
Yeah, they're pretty
Yeah.
OPs.
But God, the EDs are very much a mixed bag. Like, there's two really good Darling in the FranXX EDs
Out of 6.
out of 6. Which, like, seriously, did they need to make that many EDs?
Yeah.
They thought it was going to be really good, so yes.
But yeah, that's a big complaint I have with Darling in the FranXX. Like, so
which
many
is kind
EDs.
of funny because technically throughout the entirety of it, they only really have one OP.
When we
Yeah.
did our
Like the second OP was just another version of the first one.
Yeah.
see, the weird thing is the first ED is really good in Darling in the FranXX. If you go back to my winter one though, I said it ended too soon, so I couldn't really take it in.
Yeah.
It's by the way, it's weird because in terms of EDs, Darling the FranXX for me wins because the EDs are way better. Like Mirai Nikki's are so forgettable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I actually do not remember any of Mirai
Like
Nikki's.
I had to look them back up when we were getting ready for this because did you actually remember any of them, Elliot?
No, I don't really.
I don't remember either of the show's EDs. I'm not going to.
I remember the Darling the FranXX ones pretty well. Or at least OP 1, and I think 4?
4 was pretty good. 6 was pretty good as well.
6 was alright, yeah.
What about So let's talk about OPs because
Yeah, they both have very strong OPs.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's
so
really
fast,
difficult
Nikki.
to decide between the two because they, the first OP with both fit the show really well.
and they're both visually amazing.
Yes.
Like
They're both incredible. Yeah,
I think my code to making a great OP is it has to be visually stunning. It must have a song that matches the tone and the general plot line of the show, and it's got to be a. I've already said visual spectacle, haven't I? And it's got and that's kind of my combination. If you have that great combination,
yeah. Hence why you get some really good OPs for awful shows like
King's Game,
King's Game,
Eh.
and then you get some OPs, really bad OPs for really good shows like the second OP to Ancient Marcus Bride.
Yeah, that's I mean,
I still defend that.
No, I still really don't like it. The song really is not good.
the song doesn't
And
match it, and they used way too much reused anime. And it's not like Vinland Saga where
where they did use where that one did use
animation from the show.
but it works, but it still kind of works.
But the difference is with Vinland Saga, they showed the animation of upcoming episodes as opposed to ones we'd already seen.
also, can I just go up? But good God, how good has Vinland Saga been?
Well, we're gonna have a chance to talk about it next month. But yeah,
Yeah.
no, Vinland Saga has been amazing. I think at the minute I'd put bets on it might be his wild card.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, have you fully caught up to
Not
it?
fully yet. No.
I'm telling you
I
now,
know it's
episode
interesting.
18 and 19, whew,
Yeah.
they're good.
Really.
I sent out a tweet just saying "wow," just wow afterwards.
Shit.
But the thing is, we got the great OP. I remember Reese, though, you pointed out to us that OP one of Darling of FranXX is 02's message to Hero.
Yeah, very much is.
It's about her love story to Hero and how she really feels about him,
Ah.
which a lot of people glossed over.
Yeah,
I
and
didn't really use
really, because I've noticed like whenever I see covers of the English covers of the song, they all follow that exact same theme.
Yeah.
It's Darling the FranXX OP nails its themes. It's about identity, sexuality, the puberty, the fact of this desolate world that's on the brink of death and an exploited youth.
But enough about Brexit.
I don't even want to know how the top two fit into that.
And then
And also, incidentally, there goes our dislike ratio.
Yeah.
and then there's a Mirai Nikki who
Which
has
it nails that one as well.
yeah the presentation, the visuals look amazing and fit the show really well. The song has the exact theme I would expect from a battle royale of that nature.
And as a fact, it's this crazy woman who's desperately in love and will kill anyone that gets in the way of that. It's like, how amazing did they do that? Then the second OP came along.
I don't remember.
I'll say this. It kind of follows the same as a lot of the second OPs for anime is. It's good, but not great. Meanwhile, the first OP was brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was your thoughts on it, Reese?
I thought it was good. It was just really strange to hear it all in English.
Yeah, that is I've always found it's
That's
the
usually
same
the
problem I'm
time.
having with the. It's a bit the thing I'm having a bit of the weird thing with the Demon School OP at the minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
Some, like, don't get me wrong. Some English OPs to to anime are really good, like Dead Man Wonderland or again King's Game.
Or the current Fire Force one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Or even Man with a Mission, who do half
Yeah.
English, half Japanese in all their songs, and they've worked out quite well with things like Log Horizon and Golden Camway and
Iron-Blooded Orphans.
Iron Blooded Orphans. But again, it's not inherently bad. It's just in that instance it didn't quite work.
Yeah.
And again, with Demon School Iruma-kun, it's an amazing song, an amazing OP, but it's a lyrical disaster.
Party, party,
Party, party, party, party, party, party, loo.
Truly the lyrics of our generation.
Yeah.
They'll just stop for no reason and say, "Oh my girl."
Trash.
But then you forget all about it because Cthulhu shows up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Should be Demon Cthulhu.
I really need to start watching that.
Oh, it's so
Well,
good.
It's
Yeah,
such a fun...
I'm very behind. I'm rewatching the third season of Shokugeki no Soma at the minute.
Yeah.
It's I'll tell you one thing that I'm really thinking of these shows, because we got a bit off topic, but it's kind of related to it, is that these OPs and ED, two of the OPs are very iconic. I mean, I did put them, but when I did my I did my book, I was taking suggestions on sort of like my last minute ones to go in, and I was saying, look, the cut-off points at this point, is there anything from this season I've missed? And everyone was saying, if you've not got Darling in the Franxx,
Yeah.
you've missed something.
Yeah.
So what's your so I think we've gone round and round on this one.
We haven't really talked about the second LP to Darling in the Franxx.
Well,
It's basically just the second part of the song, isn't it?
It's
Yeah.
it's kind of,
It's
but
slightly remixed.
but then there's the
what do you think of it visually though?
it's alright.
Yeah, it's very
Like-
blue.
I like the underwater aesthetic. It just doesn't nearly hold a candle to the looks of the first one.
Yeah.
I think the difference is you have to nail, when you do a second OP, you have to nail what the new tone of this half is, because there's often they do a change in OPs when there's a tonal shift
Yeah.
or a plot shift, and in Darling Franxx it was the case. There was a tonal shift after that point.
Yeah, there's also a quality shift. Straight down.
But here's the thing, I think it kind of does reflect the more...
No, I think with the second half it sort of wavers a bit, then the twist comes and just...
Yeah. Well,
And then it goes up a slight bit with the ending.
the tonal... Would you say it reflects the tonal shift? Because I think it kind of seems a bit too happy.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
By
especially
that
considering it's more depressing, that scene.
Yeah.
Especially when it gets to that point, it is definitely
Well, no,
more...
but by that point, the relation. I think if the songs are kind of inherently about the relationship between Hero
And 02, and at that point they were more
they were
closer.
really happy, so it makes sense for them to kind of have that, that.
Oh yeah, I suppose.
more calm
Yeah.
theme.
I
don't know,
think
maybe.
we've gone round and round, so I think
Yeah.
we'll vote on this one. By the way, we're gonna rock scissors paper. Who's the last one standing?
Are we
It's
four-way
gonna-
rock paper scissors?
It's 4 rock paper scissors. The last one standing doesn't get the second point.
Okay.
1, 2, 3,
Wait, I lose to Cal, and then wait.
and these.
You
and I-
used to rock. We both lose.
I
Wait,
win!
No, but I got paper, so I went. Right.
So you guys are standing, so it's down to you and me.
Wait, no.
No, it's last man standing who doesn't get a second deciding vote.
No, but
Everyone-
I beat them, but then you beat me, but then they beat you. So we all. Right. Okay. Let's
Look,
not do
it's you.
this.
It's you and me against each other. One of us is not getting the second one.
Okay. Yeah. What you guys? play
Just
again.
get on with
You guys
it!
play
You
again.
guys play.
And okay. Right.
1, 2,
2,
3.
Fuck.
Yes.
Right.
Okay,
So
you guys. Play.
it's Elliot and
No, I lost.
no, I know, but it's the loser who's going. We're finding the loser this time.
Oh right. Okay. Elliot.
Fuck!
Rock always wins. It
So
doesn't-
Elliot gets the fourth one, I'm afraid.
I get the fourth vote.
But which does mean you're only getting one deciding factor this time round.
That's
I'm afraid.
okay.
But okay, so we're going to go in this order then. So Ren, you'll get the deciding vote in this one. So I'll vote first. I'm going to go Darling in the Franxx. I think Darling Franxx nails it a little bit more than Mirai Nikki does.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Darling only because its OP and ED are great compared to Mirai Nikki, which only had the good OP.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Elliot's
Oh, yeah,
next.
sorry.
I'm going with Darling in the Franxx as well because I remember the EDs being really good, and while the second LP was somewhat held a candle to the original, the second OP for Mirai Nikki doesn't at all hold a candle to the original.
Do you know what? So Ren.
I would have voted for Darling in the Franxx.
Do you know what, Elliot? I'm going to swap with you because I invented these categories. So I think I shouldn't get the two deciding factors.
Okay.
But anyway, you would have voted Darling in the Franxx.
I would have voted Darling in the Franxx, definitely. I think they're really strong in terms of the emotionality and showing what the show's about, even if it's bad.
So your first one being a deciding factor, it doesn't matter.
What, sorry?
Your first one being a deciding factor doesn't matter.
No, that's okay. That's all right.
Alright, and that.
So next one is animation.
Yep, animation.
Now this is interesting.
Darling in the FranXX.
Now this is interesting because Darling in the Franxx is a combination of A1 Pictures, Trigger,
Yes,
who did the majority of it, and some from Cloverworks.
Do we really need to vote on this? Let's be honest.
Yeah, this is.
It's Darling in the FranXX. It clearly has the best animation. It's fucking Trigger and A1
Yeah,
Pictures.
Yeah.
What about? But Mirai Nikki's isn't bad.
It's not bad, but it's average. I say.
Yeah, it's not.
It's bad, but it's nothing spectacular.
Yeah.
Who did Mirai Nikki? Which studio was it? that did Mirai Nikki?
Does it matter?
Was it JC staff?
I'm not sure.
I'm going to look this up.
Yeah, there were like good bits, but nothing stellar. Like you know, you get those showcase scenes where like the animation just goes what the fuck, like in a really good quality in a really good quality show. With
Are you alright, Rippers?
with Darling in the FranXX, you got that pretty much constantly.
Yeah.
Every episode. And with Mirai Nikki, there's no standout examples.
Oh,
of
it's
that
as red.
As red.
Well, it's because Darling in the FranXX was so over the top with his mecha action.
Well, exactly.
Yeah, it was over the top with this animation in
Just
general.
fully-
Yeah.
Like that scene where 02 brings Hero into the mech for the first time. Like
Yeah, into
even
the
the
frame.
falling, like frame by frame, is beautiful.
Yeah, I can happily say if it weren't for Violet Evergarden coming out the same season, Darling in the FranXX would have been the best animated thing.
Yeah, no, it really was the thing that tipped it over the edge. Violet Evergarden. Well, it just happened to come out in the same season as Violet Evergarden.
Yeah.
What do you think is But again, we're Reese was a deciding factor in this one, but again, we're gonna go down. You're going down.
Oh,
Franks.
100%.
We're all gonna go Darling in the FranXX.
Yeah.
Studio fucking Trigger for
So
Christ's
Darling in
sakes.
the FranXX is up 2-0 at this point.
Yeah.
So let's take the next one. So next one is
Side characters.
Side characters. Oh boy!
This is a tough one.
This is not good for Mirai Nikki.
No, it is not.
I don't know. I mean, I like the side characters.
Oh,
Yeah, wait till you get to me.
But here's the thing, though. The difference is Darling in the FranXX has does a bit more of its side characters than Mirai Nikki does. I think the difference is Mirai Nikki recognizes recognizes that it's got to concentrate on its maiden pair.
I think with the side characters in Mirai Nikki, it sort of follows the killer of the week.
Yeah,
That's fun, though.
it is
Yeah.
who's going to be the...
Yeah, but at the same time, a lot of the side characters and villains are memorable because a lot of them are just so cartoony and fun, like the terrorists and the Power Rangers.
Yes,
Yeah.
Kamen Rider.
Like who cares what they're called? I don't care what his name is. He's a fucking Red Ranger, alright?
X-Files does it as well. I mean, it's exactly the same with Evangelion. I mean, Darling in the FranXX with its Monster of the Week style equation.
But there wasn't that many villains in Darling in the FranXX apart from
aliens.
the aliens. And
We'll get to that later.
Everyone already knows about the aliens.
Some people probably don't.
Yes, they do, because everyone's seen the
Spoilers
demons.
with aliens.
My brother doesn't.
Well, everyone who's seen
Tell them
Darling in
to
the
stop
FranXX,
watching it.
yeah, they've all seen that meme from the History Channel guy, where it's like, aliens.
My thing is for me with Darling in the FranXX is the villains are a lot less defined. So that takes a bill.
Yeah.
So the villain factor goes to Mirai Nikki.
Sorry, I think you misspoke.
Yeah, but-
I think you misspoke there, Cal. They're not defined.
Yeah.
They're not defined
just
at all.
there.
They
suddenly.
just exist.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, like who remembers the
Meanwhile-
Nines?
well, I'd
No
say-
one remembers the Nines. We're here, we're evil, we're dead.
It's
Yeah, and who remembers the Klaxon Saw Queen? No one remembers the Klaxon Saw Queen.
The weird thing is that the set. I think the one thing that they got that really was done well in the second half of the show, which they really should have kept on going with, is that the environment itself is the villain.
Yeah.
Um,
But the environment's not a character.
But at the same, well, yeah, but a good writer can make the environment a character in a sense of the word. Like Scott.
Black hole chan.
No.
Damn you, grass!
Bench!
Grass kills
Bench can!
Yeah, bench, yeah.
A good writer like say Scott Snyder, who wrote Batman for DC, he did a very good job of making Gotham feel like its own character.
It feels like Joker did that as well.
Joker did a similar thing to that as well. Yeah. It's kind of this idea that, but then we got to take about the side characters. Like we talk about one of the characters I really was not impressed with how they wrote them in Mirai Nikki was Yuki's father. Like,
never mind Yuki's father. It's parents in general, really.
I don't remember.
his mum's all right.
Yeah, she's right, but it's mostly because she has more character than I think Yuki's father.
I like the fact she basically encourages him to bang
That's a bad idea.
Yeah.
She gives terrible advice.
Like first thing she says to them. So when are you gonna have babies?
Although the thing I didn't like about Yuki's father is the fact they tried to redeem him after the fact. It's like,
What did
no,
he do again?
he killed his mum.
Oh, I really don't remember this.
Oh yeah, shit, yeah, he did.
Yeah.
And then they tried to sort of half redeem him afterwards. It was like, there's no redemption.
Like you can do that with Yuno because she's funny. Because she's a fun character. You can't do that with his fucking father.
At least with Yuno, she has some reason behind her actions.
Yeah.
They're not good reasons, but there's some reason.
Yeah.
Yuki's father, it was just he's a total shit.
Yeah.
The thing.
And then there's Yuki's friends from high school. They exist.
Yeah.
Does anyone even remember much about them?
No.
The only one I remember.
All I remember
about
was that in the first greeting, Yuki pulled down the girl's pants by accident. That's literally it.
The only thing I really remember is.
And that Yuno got him to kill them because he was beginning to not trust them.
Which, to be fair, they didn't do themselves any favours in that scenario.
No, they didn't.
But the thing is, with the side characters the only one I really remember in Mirai Nikki that much outside the people in the deaf game, like the city councilman and the woman who owns the orphanage.
Yeah, the massive head.
Like,
Yeah, the one that's basically a giant blow-up doll.
Yeah.
Who looks like a mascot for a bakery selling muffins.
Yeah.
Right.
Who I'm convinced is the female counterpart to MODOK.
I don't remember. But the weird thing is, I remember a lot. Like, something like about the characters in Darling in the Franks, I remember a lot more about them.
Yeah.
Like, especially considering we had the amazing second ship we got in.
Yeah, Coco and Mitsuru.
Mitsuru.
Those two really were one of the best parts of that second half.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, when they lost their memories, I felt legitimately heartbroken.
Yeah,
And like how they sort of built up their connection again, even though they completely forgot their memories.
The other thing I've just realised is these are two shows that both have confirmed fucks.
See, outside of Hero 02, Goro, Ichigo, the other two in that relationship, and that one, I don't remember the other two very well.
Well, there was the
Or
girl.
was another one?
There was the tall girl with the glasses who turned out to be a lesbian.
It was completely kicked to the side.
The girl who was a lesbian, which that arc went absolutely nowhere.
Yeah, so there we go.
We're not
So
gonna do
it
anything
was
with her.
Zorome and Miku.
Yeah.
Those were the two other characters.
Oh yeah,
I remember these.
Nothing.
Literally.
They did nothing.
Like I did like the fact they had some comic relief in there because to be fair,
But they didn't contribute anything to the plot. They were just there.
I will say,
It did add in some funny stuff for the filler episodes, like the whole boys versus girls bit.
I also want to point out.
No, that was just tedious.
I also want to point out we didn't have a best dub category, although if we did have one, Mirai Nikki wins.
Really?
Yeah, no, Mirai Nikki has a much better cast dub than Darling in the Franxx.
I will say though, I don't think Yuno's cast very well.
No, I would say Yuno's one of the better casts.
Really, because the voice doesn't match. I think the voice just doesn't fit what you expect from a psychotic yandere.
The weird thing is, I think that's because did you watch it in sub first time? Or?
Yes.
I did watch it in dub first time, so
Right.
I think I more acclimatized myself. Maybe that's the reason why. So again, I accept your
especially
point.
considering how fucking good the sub is.
Are we including in this category designs?
No, that was more animation we were talking about. But even then, we would have still said that
Because I would.
Darling in the Franxx has way better character design.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about
I
that.
say
they all have the same outfit.
I say the two are mixed. I think.
I think they're about even on the
Yeah,
character.
they're
No,
about even.
I said that Mirai Nikki's more distinct.
Yes.
His character design.
It matches the theme of Darling in the FranXX.
Yeah, I will give you that. It does feel like they are kind of interchangeable with other trigger
But-
characters.
because they're going for the kind of monster of the week, the killer of the week kind of thing with Mirai Nikki. You need the distinct designs, and that really works for it.
What I think, okay, so we gone.
Also, one last thing though about Futoshi, the fat one that everyone forgets. They brought up that he has bulimia for one episode and shoved that into the role.
literally.
Like I remember in that episode, just like, oh my god, that's never been talked about in anime.
Yeah.
Can't wait to
Literally
see
never
this be
seen that.
Yeah, and then
expanded.
never seen again.
I was just like,
And then they give him a porn tash at the end.
oh
Yes.
god. It's like, okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Okay, that was fun.
To be fair, anime doesn't have a great history of representing body positivity for fat people.
We do have the fat guy in Naruto.
You've Silver
Shoji, but his power when he ate the pills was to become more powerful and lose weight.
Silver Spoon's
Sorry.
Silver Spoon's pretty good for it.
That was pretty funny.
Food Wars.
Oh yeah, Food
Oh, I
Wars.
don't know about food. I haven't seen food.
In all fairness, that guy like gets fat in the summer and loses weight in the winter. Or is it
Yeah,
I love
and
that.
then puts it back on.
Yeah, I just find funny. I just think someone's gonna have major diabetes.
Yeah.
My favourite though has to actually it's the same thing in Silver Spoon. I just realised. But to be fair though, well we're going to get into it in a minute. But let's be fair. I think Yuno's mum is a little too cruel, and it was like, yeah, I don't find this believable
Yeah,
in any sense of the word. This doesn't feel very sensitive.
yeah. This just does not seem right.
Like, oh god, that was a bit cringy.
Yeah.
Well, it did go a bit of a way to explain Yuno's character, but it's again. I've said I'm going to be mentioning this because I'm talking at the NES. Well, I'm mentioning this. This is a bit of a preview for what I'm going to be talking about the NAS conference.
Yeah.
In a couple of months, which is you can't say the ends justify the means when you're writing controls.
Yep.
both.
Look out for Calvin at the Nintendo Entertainment System Conference.
No, the NAS. NAS.
Oh, I thought you said NES.
National Autistic Society.
I thought you said NES.
No, that would be a better conference.
Yeah, can't wait to talk about how Link is dead.
Okay, so Elliot, you got the casting vote this time. So
Okay.
Ren, how are you going to vote?
Best
Side
best
Side characters.
I'm gonna vote for Mirai Nikki.
You're going to vote Mirai Nikki? I'm going to vote Darling in the FranXX. I think they were more defined in that one.
Well, I'm voting for Mirai Nikki.
Yeah.
Elliot,
Is that
you
the
got
Kamen
casting
Rider
vote?
reference?
Oh god. It's difficult. It's difficult because I feel like the characters in Mirai Nikki have more personality, but the characters in Darling in the FranXX are much more memorable and we got a lot more from them. You know what? I'm gonna go with Darling in the FranXX because I feel like the characters are more. I feel like the characters are more refined. We get to experience a lot. We get to experience a lot more with them, and also again, Yuki's dad. Fuck off.
I did actually like in Mirai Nikki. You know the two. I'm just going to call them stand users because I can't remember what they were called. The two, the couple.
The couple.
Oh yeah, the couple.
They actually, I thought had a.
Yeah,
quite a
more
good
on that
episode.
later. That was just dark for the sake of dark.
I like that
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
Let's move on. We're talking the main pair now. So it's this.
Yeah.
Best
This
ship.
is best ship.
That's
It's Yuki
Well.
versus Darling.
Oh boy.
So
I think this is mostly about between the girls because Hiro's kind of forgettable and
Yuki's
Yuki
not a
and
likable
Yuki and
character.
Yuki's very annoying.
it's like of all you're already.
Yuki's basically Shinji.
It's weird.
That's interesting.
Wait, by Shinji do you mean from Fate?
No, Evangelion.
Alright.
No, well, again, these two do get compared to Shinji quite a bit.
Yeah.
I will say though, if we're still counting the men, Yuki wins this. I mean, heroes. A lot of people bring up these rip off Shinji. It's not. He's actually way more. In terms of his character arc and what they're going for him, they're going way more.
I would
for
like
what-
to apologize for the noises my dog is making. And yes, Ripley, come on. We have for the first time, we have a Ripley cameo.
Go on.
For ages. Ripley.
Go on, Ripley.
We have, for the first time in months, Ripley's back!
Yay.
Ripley's back! We
Aw.
have our Ripley cameo again!
Oh, it's.
Sorry.
But with Hero, they're kind of going for Renton Thurston from Eureka 7. This is not the last time I'm going to bring up Eureka 7 in comparison.
Well, yeah.
But I'm sorry, I can't bring it up in comparison. It's not just because they're both mech shows. It's because Darling in the FranXX borrowed so much from it.
Oh yes.
And a lot of other shows.
I need to see Eureka 7.
Yeah, well, I'm planning potentially in the future we're going to do Eureka 7 versus Gurren Lagann.
Oh,
So
I
it's-
know.
oh,
I'm
boy.
voting.
So it's my favourite show versus Reese's favourite
Yes.
show.
You don't have a chance in hell.
Oh, in other words, it's primarily you two fighting off me while me and Ren are just eating glue in the background.
Yeah.
Well, let's not forget who's the two-year winner of anime fights. And you think you're going to stand against me?
So,
He's got a very good point.
Sorry. Wind back a second. Why was glue the first thing that came to
Hey,
your...
glue is delicious. Don't knock it till you try it.
Don't hate glue. I like the sticky stuff.
Don't hate
Fuck, I just realised.
You are a strange little man, Elliot.
I'm not little, I'm 22.
Moving on. The comparisons are real. Ree and Reese have both seen it.
Yep.
The comparisons are really invited. I know a lot of people went on about Evangelion, but that was more because there was an Eva cast members. I mean, me and Ren actually had a rant about this morning about the villains. I would say the villains make more sense. The aliens still make more sense than Seele does.
No, about that.
Okay, answer me this: if Seele is firmly on the side of the angels, why are they funding a program that actively goes against the angels?
Because they're trying to I don't know. They're trying to make EV Unit 1 do the thing. I forget what it's called at the end. Oh, you watched it a few months ago. But the convergence thing.
Okay, then if the plan was always to merge Lilith with what's his face?
Yeah.
Why didn't they just do that from the start?
We interrupt your helping of anime amigos for a complete nerd fight between two stupid fat bastards.
Well, it's because they needed EV Unit 1, which was Shinji's mum, to resonate with Shinji. Because otherwise, EV Unit 1 wouldn't work for anyone else.
Yeah, that was a weird plot point.
Yeah.
That also, if they believe that humanity is an accident, why do they think the angels are just as much of a chance of being the accident?
Should me and Ren just go?
Yeah, you guys just have to solve it. Yeah. You guys make love, we'll leave.
Okay,
And we'll make love.
But
Okay.
anyway, no, the aliens are such a ridiculous plot point.
We'll get to that later.
They ruin it.
Well,
So
here's the
dumb.
thing.
Main characters.
Also, one thing about the aliens I have to bring up that I've not seen anyone else talk about, right?
Go on.
They're called Verm,
Yeah.
but in the human guys they were called Ape. Rearrange the letters, it spells out vampire.
Hey.
Holy shit!
Yeah, because they're energy vampires, they go from planet to planet, sucking the life out of it. Was that the only one I noticed?
I definitely.
Yes, you were.
Well done.
Well done.
Shit.
Well done.
Excellent.
Fair play.
Excellent.
Yeah.
No, the thing about if comparing you know with 02, I feel like it's weird because 02, they built up her character quite a bit, and then they just suddenly sort of hit the brakes on it. If you know what if you notice that.
Because they reached the point where things were okay, and when there's no drama between the characters.
I think the first half was more meant to build up until episode 15. Was meant to build up a relationship between 02 and Hero.
Yeah.
And then episode 14, which completely destroyed that, and then episode 15
And
came,
then
which
that
fixed
weird,
that.
and then it turned out that weird scientist had something to do with who looks like a mecha Dr. Wily.
Yes, Dr. FranXX.
Yeah.
It's the weird thing is, for me, I feel like they did. Here's the thing to me to talk about the main pair. I think they did a better job establishing the connection between Hero and 02 than they did establishing Yuki and Yuno. I know.
Yeah, I do agree with you there. I felt like Hero 02 have a more defined relationship than Yuki and Yuno. I think Yuki was mostly with Yuno, or at least at first, because of dependence.
Yeah.
And they've sort of built up a relationship through that, and basically by Yuki occasionally kissing Yuno, that she would basically go. You would basically go apeshit.
I think he was just terrified, to be honest with you.
Yeah, because there wasn't that much chemistry between them to begin with, compared to Hero and 02.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but with Yuki and Yuno, they actually do an interesting idea. By the end, I kind of got why it had to be those two.
Yeah, I understood.
By the way, we're not including the OVA in our judgment.
No, we are not, because that OVA was a fucking big pile of wank.
Also, there's no equivalent in Darling in the Franxx, which is the other reason why we're not including it. We're saying if it wasn't in the main series, we're not counting it.
Yeah, also because the OVA was a big pile of wank.
That too.
Yeah.
Which do we want to give? We want to give Mirai Nikki a chance. Which if it loses this category,
It loses altogether.
it loses altogether, and the rest are just for pride.
Yeah.
I personally don't like Darling in the FranXX's ship over Mirai Nikki's as much.
Explain
explain your reasoning.
to borrow from madness. Explain yourself.
Just because there's so much drama lost from it from the midpoint onwards.
I'm with you there. Throughout the entire of Mirai Nikki, they were kind of building up on
It's dynamic.
on Yuki and Yuno's relationship. Meanwhile, in Darling in the Franxx, I feel like around the halfway point they did as much with it as they could, so they sort of stopped building on that. I think it was also at that point it was just like that's why they also had built Kokoro and Misuru as they sort of had to have a new ship.
On my counterpoint, after we get the point where Yuki's fully embracing Yuno to be his help in winning the game, so he can resurrect everyone, which someone should have told him not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Once they die, they stay dead.
Yeah, I mean, for Christ's sakes, Yuno knew that,
but
and she was just like, okay. Don't tell him.
But the thing is, even after all this shit comes out, he's still trusting of Yuno. It's like, catch a fucking grip, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just needed a massive slap across the face.
like, especially at the beginning, Yuki is insufferable.
Yeah.
Like, he falls into so many traps, and he's just so stupid.
Yeah.
Also,
hence why he's always compared to Shinji.
Also,
because he's a crying bitch.
Also, I don't think that his reaction to Yuno losing her top in the water park would be the same as everyone else's.
Yeah.
What was it?
That he just sort of he had just blushed and sort of had
and looked away.
Dude, help her! What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. I think,
Boyfriend of the year, everybody.
I think over the course of Mirai Nikki, like that ship is the central, the cause of a lot of the drama in the show.
It's kind of like no, I don't think it's much that. I think it's kind of the battle royale is still the main component, but but the ship is still. We know the ship is there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Meanwhile, in Darling in the Franxx, the ship is what's primarily there.
Well,
mostly there at the beginning, and they just drop it halfway through.
This is my one and only casting vote, so.
Oh god. I know what's going to win then. I'm going to vote for Mirai Nikki.
I'm voting Mirai Nikki.
I'm voting Mirai Nikki just because of Yuno. She's such a fun character.
Literally the most iconic yandere character.
Yeah, like it's not even just because she's a yandere, but just because she's so much fun.
Yeah, and also if you go on Twitter to the gift section, type in yandere, she's the first thing that comes up.
Well, my vote doesn't matter, but it would have been Mirai Nikki.
Yeah.
Oh, I would have thought. Okay, so I thought you were going to go vote for.
No, well, I think it's a more defined ship. I think Yuki and Yuno are more defined characters.
I think the ship is better with Hiro and 02, but I think that Yuki and Yuno are better characters.
I definitely remember more integral, like more kind of memorable moments with Yuki and Yuno than I do. With
I think if they were going for that angle, they should have borrowed way more from Eureka 7 than they actually did.
Yeah.
Which is another sentence I'm going to be saying a lot this episode again.
Alright, so Mirai Nikki won his first point.
Hey,
so it's 3-1. 3-1.
Yeah.
So we normally do best story, but we split it up into 3 categories. So we're going to talk about the setup. So this is like the first few episodes that set up the plot and get the thing rolling. So which show had a better start out of the gate? You alright, Rippers? Have you got a vote in?
better stars.
King's Game!
Well, I think here's the thing though. Mirai Nikki kind of really starts with the entire plot in the first episode. I don't think it really kicks off in Darling in the Franxx till like episode 3. It's like first few episodes introducing the characters and the general concept. Yeah. Then we know Mirai Nikki kind of has the fight. It does have a few fight scenes, but you don't really realize what's going on until like episode 5, I think.
No, in Mirai Nikki, it explains in the first episode.
Yeah, first episode.
After Yuki kills number 3, I think it is.
I'll tell you one plot
like,
point.
Deus Ex Machina basically comes up because he goes, "Hey everybody, I'm dying. Kill each other. And to quote Gas Reflection, yeah, great choice. Have a serial killer take your place as God.
Yeah, exactly.
And also one thing I wonder about Deus, right? He's the god of space and time. Why is he dying of old age?
Yeah, exactly.
That's one thing I never got.
Yeah,
It doesn't make sense.
There are a lot. I would say there are a lot of plot holes in Mirai Nikki.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, no. There's plot holes you could drive truck-coon through.
Yeah.
Yes.
But going back to the setups of these shows, I feel like one of the things I really like about Mirai Nikki setup is that I thought when I heard the plot line for it, I was like, well, if you can predict the future, there's going to be ways to abuse that. And then I realised, no, hang on. The way they do it is their diaries. It's only things that their diaries are about. So Yuno can only predict things that are going to happen to Yuki because hers is a stalker diary.
Yeah.
Yuki can only do things specifically to him because his diary is all about his day.
Actually, I think it's more I think Yuki's is the most powerful because he doesn't write about himself. He writes more about his surroundings.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so his is the most powerful because he writes about his surroundings, so he has the most prediction power.
Yeah, and the Kamen Rider guy, his is about any crime that happens, including littering.
Yeah.
He gets notified and he goes out.
Yeah.
I think.
I also think the diary mechanics is done like really well. Like it doesn't tell them how they'll escape it. It basically says dead end, predicting where they're gonna die. It's just like, okay, how do I escape this?
Really fun.
The Terrorist Girls, hers is the escape diary, which tells her how to escape.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing I found interesting though was with Dying the FranXX. First, even within the first few episodes, I was going, this is similar to something, and I went, "Oh my god, it is!
Yes.
It is Eureka
Similar to
7."
Many things.
It does. The setup does feel very similar. Honestly, if you watch the first 2 episodes of both Zero of Dying the FranXX and Eureka 7, they are almost identical.
Yeah.
Particularly in how the combination of how Renton gets into Neovosh versus how Hero gets into what's the name?
Strazelia.
Strazelia, yeah.
Whatever
That's
it's called.
but that I found that all very interesting. I do like the fact they go with this angle even early on that 02 is very capable, but Hero is what makes her even more capable.
Yeah. Like I think like 02 is very powerful. I think Hero is sort of what keeps us stable.
Well, yeah, because another thing it rips off from Evangelion is the Darlings go berserk.
Yeah.
It's just the one pilot.
Yeah,
It's like literally this is what happens to EVA Unit 1 in the very first episode.
They didn't even.
Yeah, they didn't need to include the whole.
I think when you compare the beginnings of the two, Dying in the FranXX has more of a slow, sort of builds up the character, builds up the characters, mostly builds up the main relationship. With Mirai and Nikki, it just goes full on face first in finish straight away. Like we see, we almost immediately see Yuki with his future diary. We see Yuno stalking him. We get our first kill, and we see like, okay, so you can die if your phone breaks. In that case, remind me to pack a charger wherever I go.
Yeah, and also Mirai Nikki, it also has a good bit of hinting down to story further on the lines, where Yuno crafts their clay sculpture. That we don't know what it references.
Yeah.
Then we know later.
Yeah.
And even the first instance, we just hear the death and the cry out for Yuki, and we don't know what that means till later on down the line. But it engages like, what the fuck was that about?
Yeah, it builds up incredibly well. Meanwhile, Darling in the FranXX just so kind of starts.
Well,
Yeah, it's so slow, Darling in the FranXX starts.
It's slow, but there's a lot of mystery and interest and intrigue.
Yeah,
like
when I first saw the first episode, I was very, very intrigued by it.
Let's face it, we were all very intrigued by it. Even though, and I was always saying, and I was actually kind of refuting a lot of the claims people were saying, it's moving too slow, it's moving too slow. I say, yeah, it's called build up, mate.
Yeah.
I'm certain the second half is going to explain a lot of this.
It didn't.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It had a good start and built a lot of interest, but then it.
We're getting to that.
It built up really well.
Yeah.
Episode 14 plummeted.
Yeah. But,
Episode 15 went up again.
Yeah.
Kind of shifted for a bit.
Yeah.
And then Fight Against the Calicosaurs, twist, ending.
See,
We'll get to that in the next category.
My point is does the strong start in is the strong start in Darling in the FranXX then justified, later on, or like how are we quantifying it then? Because in my eyes,
No, but we're just talking about the setup. How did these shows set up?
it set up quite well, but the delivery wasn't. So that's what I mean. I'm finding it hard to.
But are you saying you're finding it hard to take what it did set up to
Yes.
and separate that away
Yes,
from...
exactly, from the actual build.
Yeah.
Which is weird, because I can do that, and in that sense, I think they both did a very good job.
Yeah, but like when you think of Darling, if you say Darling and FranXX was built up at a pretty good pace, meanwhile with Mirai and Nikki, some people could say, oh, it went too quickly. I really don't think it did. I feel like with a show like that, it has to go head first straight away.
Well, yeah, especially considering you got 12 people in the game. By the end of the show, you've got to reveal all of them. Mm-hmm. You've got to set up their motivations, which, to be fair, a couple of them, they don't even bother.
Yeah.
You've got to...
I'm sorry, Ripley is currently imitating a dying moose.
And you got to kill them off.
Yeah.
Which To be fair, that's a lot of setup to do. I will say Mirai Nikki does have a lot of setup, but some characters do feel a bit... We've already kind of mentioned this as I characters. Some characters do feel rather lacking. Yeah. Because they're just... Maybe they went into more detail in this the light novels. I don't... Again, that's the other big difference.
I feel like some of the characters did have more detail down the line, like the terrorist girl did. But I felt, again, with a lot of them, we do still learn a fair bit about them.
Again, that's a big difference between Mirai Nikki and Darling in the FranXX. Darling in the FranXX is an original project. It doesn't have anything else it's based on. Mirai Nikki was an adaptation of a light novel series. What do you think? I think Reese has got the casting vote in this one.
I want to say, going back to the curve graph thing, you were saying about Darling in the FranXX kind of going really up, and I'm like, I think with Mirai Nikki, it's something.
It's a complete zigzag.
Yeah. Well, no. In terms of the pacing and the plot points and things, I'm likening it to a rocket. You know how when you launch a rocket, bits of it fall down to Earth again. Yeah. I feel like as the plot goes, woo! Bits of the story and the quality of it just kind of
so it's like just chip off,
and then you're left with this little tiny little space thing just at the end.
I think
the series.
But I think as the series went on, I think Mirai Nikki it does kind of work because I think to watch Mirai Nikki isn't someone that should be taken seriously. I think it should be taken someone. It's just someone should be mindless fun, which is exactly what it is. Exactly what the first episode builds up.
Yeah. Okay. Voting time. Reese has got the casting vote in this one, so Ren, how are you voting?
Strongest start, Mirai Nikki.
I'm going to let you vote first, Ilya.
Without question, Mirai Nikki has a better setup.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Mirai Nikki. Yeah, I was tempted to say Darling in the FranXX because I think it does do a very good job building up its mysteries and its thing, but I can't ignore the fact Mirai Nikki really...
Such a cool premise.
Has an excellent premise and it sets it up very well.
Yeah,
I'm assuming your vote would have been Mirai Nikki.
Because also it was before the whole Battle Royale format became overdone as well.
Yes, exactly.
So it's currently...
I think at that point there were only really two well-known Battle Royale stories. That of course be Mirai Nikki and Battle Royale.
Yeah. When did Hunger Games come out?
Hunger Games, that was 2012. So I think it came out a year after Mirai Nikki.
Was Mirai Nikki 2011?
I thought it was 2012, wasn't it?
Fucking hell. No, Mirai Nikki was 2011.
Oh my god. Jesus. 8 years ago. Oh my god.
Are you feeling old yet?
I would say I felt old. I would say I felt old by first watching it 2014.
Yeah.
To be honest, amazing. I first watched Mirai Nikki last year.
Research for your book.
Yeah, no, honestly, it was when I wrote my book, it was the first time I watched it.
Yeah, I remember. I actually remember, with that and Code Geass, you never watched it, and I kept trying to persuade you to.
Yeah, no, and I said, okay, I'll get around to it. I did get around to it. I'm also getting around to one of your ones at the minute. I'm doing Higurashi from last month.
Woo! What do you think of that?
I'm 15 episodes in at this point.
What do you think of that?
I quite like it. I like horror anthology, so it suits my thing.
Episode. I know the bit you're at. The arc you're at.
Jesus, mate.
It's the best arc. I love that one.
But you know what'd be even better? Watching it in the dub.
I am watching it in the dub.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Why are you watching it in the dub? Watching it in the sub. The sub is way better.
Yeah, but the dub's hilariously bad.
That's why the reason I'm watching it in the dub. It's so hilariously bad. But it's still... Some of the dub actors can really nail the moments. I've been half and half on the dub.
In that case, I recommend going back to some of the scenes and watching it in sub.
Yeah, to be fair, some of the lip flaps are just terrible.
Yeah.
And but that being said, I did actually watch one when she's shaking that ladder. I was going, okay, I've got to send out a tweet saying the only horrific part of this is the animation.
It's currently... Believe me, in the sub is a lot better.
It's currently 3-2 to Darling in the FranXX, which is making Ripley very unhappy.
She's a Yuki fan.
Yeah. So let's do the plot twist. So this is complete spoilers if we haven't already gotten to hint.
I'm pretty sure we've already spoiled quite a bit.
Yeah. So let's talk about.
I've already fallen spoiled, Darling in the FranXX.
It's all right. I'm gonna put in the title with spoilers ahead.
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
Putting a capital letters, gone wrong, gone sexual.
Let's move on. Okay, let's talk plot twists of these shows. Now, I will say, I think on certain levels, these are where these shows both fall down to some extent.
To a certain extent.
I will say though, thank you again, repeating camera. This is going to be and thank you.
She's pining at my leg.
Just pick her up then, Ran.
No.
Oh.
Don't even know what she wants.
Incidentally,
Exactly,
that's
yeah.
that's what people say to. That's what people say to him in clubs. Here's the thing.
Why is this strange guy following me? Why is he naked and covered in mayonnaise?
Here's the thing, though.
Who's that guy with long hair up his arsehole? It's Calvin!
Here's the thing. I'm ignoring you. Here's the thing. I don't think I know you're going to point out how bad the ones in Darling in the Franxx are and how they don't work. There's one in Darling in the Franxx that works, and here's the thing that does it for me. There's several plot twists in both these shows. Mm-hmm. There's one that works in Darling in the Franxx for me. There's two that work in Mirai Nikki. And the rest don't work.
I'm trying to remember how many plot twists there
I only
are.
remember one from Mirai Nikki.
I remember one from Mirai Nikki, and I remember one for Darling in the Franxx because the one in Darling in the Franxx was,
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think everyone forgets the twist that Hero and 02 had known each other from childhood.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah, that was quite good.
Let's face
That
it.
was a really good one. Yeah.
Everyone goes on about the last plot twist, which is bad.
Yeah.
That they forget that one was excellent, and it sets up.
Yeah.
It really pays off from the setup.
It was really good. It had a really awesome build-up.
And they did an excellent episode where they shot the episode completely differently to really build up the flashback quality. It really emphasised the menacing nature of everything around them.
And I think that's sort of how 02 and Hero immediately got much closer because originally Hero was just 02's second darling.
Yeah.
Then when she realizes he was actually her first, then
It is a massive deal. Where Mirai Nikki, I think I was kind of like I think one of the twists that was a bit what when I first saw it, but then it made sense later was that Yuno was dead all along.
Yeah.
I was kind of like, shall we say the
No,
original
Yuno from that world was dead. I was like, wait, but of course at that time that was all we had, like Yuno's dead, and I was like, who the fuck is this?
Yeah, and then when we got the second twist, we were just like, this actually explains a lot.
Yeah, it actually makes sense.
Yeah. I think it actually has a pretty good. I think it actually has a pretty good build up.
Yeah,
It does.
It does beg the question though: if they were committing suicide together, why did she?
I think she faked.
Yeah, she faked it.
Why did she fake it?
Well,
because she thought she could bring him back.
Yeah.
Oh, and then
That was her first game.
Yeah.
Right. She created a second world so she could be with Yuki again within the game.
No. She didn't create it on purpose. The second world. Yeah. She travelled back in time, which then created an alternate world.
Yeah.
Steins Gate theory, bitches.
Yeah.
This came out the same year as
She
Steins
literally
Gate.
went world leaping.
Yeah.
Wow.
Instant
Time travel was a big thing back then.
Yeah.
Still is.
And I would like to point out this was also 5 years after Sonic 06, so we all learned how to get it right. Again, to quote some call me Johnny's review, time travel is bullshit. Time travel is so
to quote Tear of Grace, why is he coming back just to save Elise? Why couldn't he just go back to when Eggman was a baby and then just fucking smother him in his sleep?
Again, but if you do the multiverse theory, this sort of thing makes sense. The multiverse theory, I think, works well. That's the reason why, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen Avengers Endgame yet, that's one of the reasons it works so well in Avengers Endgame.
Yeah.
That idea, that meant that we could have all that celebration of the MCU up to that point. Yeah. But we didn't have to risk changing
Also, let's do some really funny moments, like with the new Hulk seeing the old Hulk smash things. It's like, oh God, was I really like that? it's like you going back to you when you were looking back to when you were 13, just going, ugh.
Yeah.
I do like it does give us the great line. That's America's ass.
That is America's ass.
There's a challenge on Facebook at the minute. It's like post what you look like at the beginning of the decade and at the end of the decade, and like. Honestly, it's so sad to see how like cringy we all.
You look like a neurotic Harry Potter.
Yeah, the thing is, I was 12. It was at the point where I was like starting to grow out my hair.
Yeah, I was in like year 9 or something, and my hair wasn't this long, but I cut it off. But I've basically gone full circle.
God, it was when I first started Reese Heath College that time, and so I was first entering college in my first year of uni, and I looked like such a knob.
Yeah. Yeah,
Back in the day, I used to listen to
still
Linkin Park.
true.
yeah,
Oh,
the one picture I have of me when I was 13 was me growing out my hair with one of those ripsticks. You know, those two-wheeled skateboards.
Oh, sick.
Ah.
You must have been a cool dude.
I was
Yeah.
not. I was not. I was a socially awkward fuckwit.
Oh,
Reese,
man.
we've all heard what your opinion is on Darling in the Franxx's twist.
I
Oh,
think we
yes.
need to hear some more. I think we
But-
need to hear some more.
Before we
Yeah.
get to that, what do you think of the Mirai Nikki twists?
It makes sense compared to Darling's twists.
Yeah,
And it wasn't just out of nowhere, it was built up from the
it
very
was
beginning.
it was built up really well.
Yeah.
Like through the whole show, you just thought there is something up with Yuno. Why is she like that? And when the twist came, you just think this makes an incredible. This really makes sense.
Yeah, because in the first episode, she creates a clay sculpture of Murmur, and at that point, Yuki had only ever seen her in his dreams.
Yeah, like he thought that Deus Ex Machina and Murmur were his imaginary friends, and
Yeah.
for us to realize, surprise, I'm real, bitches.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. I've not got an end to that sentence. Here's the thing. I think I think there's no point. Nothing
Yeah.
works about that last twist in Darling in the Franxx. Really kind of screws a lot. of
Yeah,
that
like that comes out of fucking nowhere.
It's like
Yeah.
Oh no, it doesn't come out of nowhere, but it's not
Really?
exactly set up
Really,
either.
but who
Yeah.
thought? No, it does. Seriously, it
I don't
does.
think
You knew there was
anyone
something
could
up with the
have predicted
eight. You knew there was something up with the eights. You're probably just thinking, oh, it's because they see. Oh, it's because they wanted to protect the adults, so they're using the children who probably don't have much experience in life to go out and kill the Claxosaur, so we don't have to get rid of some of our older race. No, as it turns out, the reason why is because they're fucking aliens.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody realistically could have come to the conclusion from what we were given in the show, and as a result, it came out of left field, and everyone was just like,
Yeah,
what the fuck?
yeah. You just like, what?
Yeah, exactly.
Where did this
Yeah,
come? Where the hell did this come from?
Oh god,
Oh, yeah.
do
And
you know-
also, the analogy to my energy, it means oil in our world.
do you know what's amazing? Do you know what's
Because
amazing?
it's dead dinosaurs, it's our energy source.
Do you know what's amazing? I've actually seen the Darling in the Franxx twist done worse.
Oh, really?
Really, where?
It's a,
Oh, can't know the right answer.
No.
Oh, no. I know that was a dumb one. That was a dumb one, but...
that's a dumb one, but no, there was one. That,
There's a twist worse than Dying in the Franks?
no, seriously, there was it's an anime movie. I can't remember exactly what it's called. I think it's called The Gifted Ones. It was showed a very limited release around the time The Dark Knight Rises was out. I saw it in London on a very limited screening. It's one of the worst films I've ever seen in my life.
Really?
It's like they start with this twist. I'm not joking here. They start with this twist of this guy's this peace worker for this world ravaging a war. Then it turns out he's the reincarnation of the Buddha, which makes sense. They kind of set that thing up, and or he might be Jesus because they're saying religions are kind of getting mixed up in the mythology. It's like, okay, I'm kind of on board, but you're mixing up your mythologies.
Yeah.
And then it says, and then he gets a visit in a spiritual mode. He gets a visit, and it's like, I am a spirit from Venus.
Oh, no.
And I was like,
okay.
what?
No.
What? Now they're bringing interplanetary and Gaia theory into this. Like, pick your
I
mythology.
don't think it is called The Gifted Ones. I tried searching it up on MAL.
Yeah. And then,
There you go, that's a picture of me from 10 years ago.
oh
You look-
Jesus!
Spiky hair and everything.
Oh my god!
Wonderful. Wonderful.
You look like fucking Jay from In Between Us!
That's quite good, actually.
Yeah.
Hang on. If it's that one, it's me. We're Jay and Silent Bob now.
Yes.
Amazing.
But when it comes, and then there's aliens at the end for no
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not joking. What? Where did any of this come from?
Yeah.
I genuinely was in the cinema going, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we were all at our houses watching with Diamond Face going, what?
Yeah.
That is an example of how you actually do twist words. In fact, if they were gonna again, they do a similar thing with the relationship. Again, I don't want to spoil Eureka 7 too much, but they do a very similar thing to Darling in the Franxx with the relationship between the humans and Calaxosaurs, with the relationship between the humans and the Corallians, which is the equivalent of the Calaxosaurs in the Eureka 7 universe.
Wow, Diamond Franks is basically just a Eureka 7 ripoff.
To a certain extent, yeah, it is.
Yeah, and it also rips off Evangelion again because it's the humans' relation to the angels as
Yeah.
well.
Can I just say, though, I wouldn't call Eureka 7 a rip-off of Evangelion.
No,
It rips off parts of it, but it's not a rip-off.
No, it's
No,
not
no,
a rip-off.
No, from what I've heard, I would not. From what I've heard from Calvin, I would not say it's a rip-off.
No. Eureka 7 has its own identity, and completely its own thing. You would not mistake the two for.
Yeah,
definitely not.
is Eureka 7 based off anything?
No, it's an original project.
Oh,
Again,
okay.
that's interesting. Again, Eureka 7, Darling in the Franks, and Evangelion were all original projects,
And yet they're all pretty similar to one another.
and they've all not had very much success with spin-off material.
Yeah.
I wonder which one's going to come next then.
Can I just talk a bit about the pacing with regard to
The twist.
With Mirai Nikki, it's, as I kind of used the analogy before, it's just kind of amps up progressively, and then it comes to the climax, and it's just like, okay, what the fuck's going on? But it's good, in a good way. The pacing of the show matches, I think, and say for example, if the show was like, if it was like Gurren Lagann or something, and kind of you amp up to this absurd fight that no one could have potentially predicted when the series began.
Well, with Gurren Lagann, it showed in the very beginning of the first episode.
Sorry, it did show.
Let's.
But I just want to say, like, the pace of the show for the first half was very kind of mostly tranquil. It was very character driven. And then to have this conflict that suddenly, now 02 is a spaceship. And,
Yeah, like, what the fuck?
And Hero is riding inside of her, and it's like, I'm sorry, there's literally no other way to phrase it.
Yeah, to quote Giga at that last moment, wait, this show was about sex all along!
Can we move on?
Also, another thing about Spaceship 02.
Yeah.
Why does she still have makeup on?
Yeah, I know.
Who applies the makeup to a giant face?
I'm very
It's just, okay, alright, this Gundam Wing's good, we just gotta put on the lipstick.
I'm bearing in mind that Dr. FranXX would have designed this, and so he's like, okay, well, let's get as much cleavage as possible on this spaceship.
Just
Yeah, that's
vote.
smart, that's
Just
smart.
vote already.
Yeah, Mirai Nikki.
Mirai Nikki.
Mirai Nikki.
Yeah.
It's gotta be, I'm sorry.
It's not even a contest. Mirai Nikki's twist is actually kind of
Yeah,
okay.
It makes sense. It makes sense.
Friel, now let's talk about the thing that let's talk about the thing, the last thing, which I'm not going to give myself the casting vote in it.
What's the category?
Best
ending.
Let's talk about the ending of these two shows. So.
And also, it doesn't even work. The Verm is still alive at the end,
I know.
saying they're going to come back.
Yeah.
Spoilers: they never will.
Because we're likely not getting a season 2, at least we hope we don't.
No.
Please fund our season 2.
Well, no, if they did a season 2, I think they could do.
They could repair a lot of that show, I think.
No.
Yeah, but I feel like the ending was. Felt the ending was pretty conclusive.
It would have to be set in the post-apocalyptic.
But again,
world.
this is Eureka 7 did the same ending and did it way better.
Yeah.
Same with, in fact, it's kind of a merging of Eureka 7's ending with Gurren Lagann's ending. It really is a merger of those two. The only difference is it doesn't have the great character moments that Eureka 7's ending had, and it doesn't have the amazing action that Gurren Lagann's ending had.
Or the amazing music.
I like the ending with regard to the side characters in Darling in the Franxx.
Roll, fight the power.
I think that Goro's in a great place, Ichigo's in a great place, Mitsuki
No.
and Thingo.
Yeah, but it's not as good as Eureka 7's
Yeah, but,
character.
I mean,
but just because it's not as good as Eureka 7's doesn't mean it's
Doesn't
bad.
mean it's
Yeah,
bad.
No,
but half the side characters we don't even care about. Like
Yeah.
Futoshi grows a porn mustache, he's a farmer. No one cares.
Look,
He had no development in the show.
Koko and Misu
Also-
at least we're happy that we're happy.
Yeah, two characters out of the rest of the side cast.
What about
No one
Ichigo
cares.
Go? They get together. I'm happy
Yeah,
about
because Goro's a massive cook.
Let's just move on.
that. Why is he planning on being in Shokugeki?
No, because he's literally Ichigo's sloppy seconds. He's thinking, right, I can't be with Hero. He's pissed off to space. I'll settle for this loser. He's interested in me.
Oh my god!
Let's just move
That's
on.
so fucking accurate.
Exactly.
Ichigo's just like, how the fuck could I compete with a literal spaceship now?
But let's
I'm just going to settle for this dude.
Yeah. And then Goro gets buggers off
Oh,
anyway.
shit.
I'm going off exploring.
Oh shit!
My
Oh
entire-
shit! Kira has a fat massive boner from X. I'm gonna go with the glasses guy.
Yeah.
Let's get back to the point. Your point about
You're also the lesbian. She's bedridden now. Her hair's grey.
Yeah, fine.
Who the fuck cares?
She's not
That was never built up.
Yeah,
Let's move on.
she's left alone.
She wasn't central to the plot. No,
You
she can just die, I guess.
you.
She's LGBT. She's
Lower
LGBT.
the tone, you three, because I do have a good point to this.
Go on.
The point of comparing Eureka 7 was more to say it doesn't exist in a vacuum. I can't take this as its own thing. I can't take it as its own thing. I have no choice in the matter.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if I compare it on its own, if I try that best on it, kind of works to a certain extent.
It can does.
Mirai Nikki, on the other hand, I had way more questions than answers with that one. It did feel.
It felt like it left it more open-ended.
It felt a little more. I felt a little more unsatisfied with that ending.
Well, it's because the anime literally ends about 1 page before the manga does.
Yeah, it does.
Really?
Because in the manga, doesn't Yuno come back?
Yep, she comes through. She
What?
comes through from the third world with
shit.
that murmur, and then she embraces Yuki.
Yeah, which,
I
I'll be
wish they'd
honest,
had that
doesn't
ending.
make
Yeah.
much... Like...
It's explained in the OVA and the manga because
Just
right.
fucking
Okay,
judge
but,
it, dude.
okay,
Just
but
come
who
on.
cares about the OVA? Because the OVA was fucking
this,
wank!
but again, this is a more stable Yuno.
Still,
yeah,
just
because it's a stable Yuno.
With the old Yuno's memories.
Yeah.
In that case, it's not a stable Yuno.
Exactly.
She'd probably just still go back and just like, okay, I'm a killer again. Just go,
Yeah.
oh boy, here I go killing again.
No, she has the memories, but she isn't the same personality.
Yeah.
just do a Fate Zero and just reset, but everyone forgets everything. There's no fucking game.
No,
Yeah,
no,
that's
no.
happens in the third world.
Oh, okay, that's a good show.
no, but here's the.
Yeah, well, I guess like, I think I thought that bit in the OVA was alright, like how I explained Yuno came back. Like, I did, like, the thing I did not like about the OVA was just that the rest of it was so boring.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that is the fact that why the OVA doesn't work. Most of it is anime only. It's not stuff they borrow from the source material.
Yeah, and
Well,
like,
it's some sort of spoil for the manga.
Oh yeah, some of it they borrow, but they don't go too. But they go a bit too nuts. With
yeah,
it.
Yeah.
at first I was complaining, like, it felt like they were tacking on the happy ending.
Yeah.
But no more I think about it, I thought, actually the ending does actually kind of fit the show.
Yeah, to be fair, I was kind of glad they had that ending because I felt like
Yeah.
with the ending the way it was in the anime, it was kind of like.
Yeah, and in
What?
case you're wondering, oh, where's the other Yuno? She killed herself.
Yep.
Because she saw her parents protecting the Yuno from the third world, thinking, oh shit, they actually care. They actually care about her, and then killing herself because she admits, she still says, I told you before, I can't kill you, Yuki.
And that's why I say it works. To your point, man, that's why I say it works by having the Yuno's had stable life in the third world, but has the memory. She still had that memory of that realization moment. That's actually.
So it's quite traumatizing. If you
I
follow
know,
the
but
movies.
it's still.
It works.
But
Yeah,
It does
no,
work,
I'm not.
But the whole point of Mirai Nikki, the one thing that says it does show you can overcome trauma.
Yeah.
That
yeah,
it's not the one thing that's going to define you the rest of
Yeah.
your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard, but you can overcome it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it kind of shows, like, Yuno, like, throughout the entirety of it, you think, wow, Yuno's acting like kind of a bad guy. And at the end, she is a bad guy.
I think that's actually kind of. I actually had a I think that's settled my vote actually on this one.
Yeah.
What about you? What about you? You three?
Well, it's either vote for the good ending or vote for the cook's ending.
No,
Yeah.
I think.
But the thing is, if Hero and Zero Two somehow fail, then these guys are fucked anyway.
Can I
So
also
they
say-
may as well just do whatever they
Can I
want.
also
really.
say
There's no point building a society.
there is a shot at the. There's a couple of shots actually. I hate to harp on this, but I've mentioned this on past vlogs before, but it bears repeating. There are shots in the last episode of Darling in the Franxx that are exact copies of shots from Eureka 7's ending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like literally, you could trace over it.
I can't. The bit I did kind of enjoy about the end where you saw sort of like reincarnations of Hero and 02 meeting at the end. And I just thought that's the main reason why I don't want another season, because I don't want them sort of doing. It feels like they'll probably end up getting back together.
Yeah, but it's so weird though because it's never been brought up in the rest of the series that they have the power of reincarnation. It's just tacked
well,
on.
I mean,
Yeah.
we did see their spirits of dancing in space, so maybe they came back.
Look, guys, I want to play some Pokemon before the end of today, so let's get this down. How are we going to vote? You're voting, obviously, Mirai Nikki.
Yep.
Easily Mirai Nikki.
Yeah, I just gotta give it to Nikki.
Do you know, I was going to say, before we brought up the point about...
I was half and half.
Can I
Yeah,
just say,
I'm kinda-
before Reese brought up the point about the Yuno, I was going to vote Mirai...
Darling and Frank.
Darling-
and Frank,
Do you know what? I am going to vote Darling in the Franxx because, again, everything you described is there, but it's more implied in the anime rather than outright shown.
Well, yeah, and
I think they blew that ending a little bit by subscribing most of that to the OVA.
Yeah,
that was really
I'll be
bad.
honest. Before we discuss it, I think I
Mirai
should
Nikki
prefer-
wins, but I'm just
Yeah,
going to say...
I'll say at the before we actually discuss this, I was actually kind of tempted to vote Darling in the FranXX.
Yeah,
But-
no, that's what I mean. I came into
But
this.
I think Mirai Nikki has a more complete ending,
Yeah.
though. It does have a more...
Yeah.
Even though it a little bit leaves me a bit unsatisfied.
Yeah, though Darling in the FranXX doesn't really explain much about the other characters. They just kind of show stuff they're doing and then go off.
I think...
Also when Hero and 02 were flying in space, how they support them? Holding hands!
Yes.
In other words, they're literally helping them with the power of friendship!
Yeah.
Do you know what's
Yeah.
amazing?
From a stone statue.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Strikes again.
So we have it's 4-3 to Mirai Nikki. Mirai Nikki wins this one. But I will say it was a lot closer than I thought. I didn't think Darling in the
Yeah.
FranXX was going
Yeah,
to
I'd say.
put up this much of a fight.
Same.
Well, I'm not gonna lie.
So I think with Darling in the FranXX, I think that one in the less important category.
Why do you think? Considering what Reese is already well publicised.
Yeah.
Thoughts on it?
I don't know. I didn't like it a lot myself, like overall. But I kind of like. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I just.
Let's,
think it was
but it won hands down. So
we're not hands down.
But,
it was close.
Elliot, you had one. There's another one to our series. This is how you continue.
Yes, it is.
So which one are we doing this week?
We're doing what is my favorite anime of all time. Don't judge me. Seraph at the End.
Right. So if you finish the anime, this is how you continue. Well, you're gonna have a bit of a problem. I will say I've actually read as far as Elliot, so I'm also involved in this. It's quite hard because there's so much anime-only stuff in Seraph at the End.
The funny thing is, however, most of the anime-only stuff only really comes up in the last episode.
Yeah, it's the very last episode. They decided to go...
The rest of it is still very manga loyal. Of course, there are a couple differences. Like in the manga, Gurren gets possessed much later than he does in the anime.
So maybe they were going to try and sort of turn it round
Yeah.
to the... But again, I don't know what their plans were for a season 3, which is probably not going to happen now.
Maybe. Anyway, if you want my suggestion on how to continue it, stop watching it at either episode 10 or 11. Either of them will do, and continue from volume 11.
My advice would be that's what you can do the whole thing and start from volume 11, but be aware most of the last episode is anime only.
Yeah.
Or watch the whole thing, then start the manga from scratch to keep your thing from to sort of keep it fresh in your head and to keep the plot points that weren't anime only in check. And that means you can then start.
Because I remember in a couple of spoilers actually, warning. In the ending of Seraph at the End, wasn't the Seraph at the End thing like this giant chain monster?
Yeah, that was really really good.
Meanwhile, in the manga, it was literally a Seraph. They literally made Miyoshi's sister into an angel.
Okay. Here's the thing.
So yeah, finish that episode, either episode 10 or 11. Continue with volume 11.
So here's the thing. We're gonna do a little game that I've seen posted around the internet a bit, but we have an R&R version of it. It's real anime, fake anime.
Yay!
Have you guys actually watched previous versions of this?
No.
Basically,
No.
I'm gonna read out a plot synopsis, and you guys are gonna guess whether it's a real anime or a fake one I've made up.
Oh boy.
Okay, so
Can we ask you questions about them?
No, you can't.
Because I was going to ask what's source and stuff like that.
No, you're only allowed to hear the plot synopsis to make a guess on that one. So, demonic girl fulfills requests in order to drag people to hell for revenge.
Oh,
Real.
That's real.
Real.
Yeah, that's
Hellgirl.
Hellgirl, right?
Yeah.
That's Hellgirl, yes.
Yeah,
You get a point. That was an easy one to start you off with. Okay. Broke girl, high school girl, takes a job at a cat cafe, but it then transpires that the cafe is actually for cats from another world, and that she's been and that she now has to do favors to save these cats' world for favors for money.
Isn't that a part of that Ghibli film, The Cat Returns?
So what are you guessing?
I think it's fake.
You think it's
I'm
fake?
going to go fake.
I'm gonna go real.
You two get the points. It's fake.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Wait, did you come up with this?
Yeah, I came up with that one.
Okay.
It does sound like The Cat Returns. doesn't
Yeah, I
it?
realised as I've said it, it sounds like The Cat Returns, although without Tim Curry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have a lovely day. I'm sorry, whenever I think of Tim Curry, I always think of that line.
Go. Okay, let's see if you get this one. Let's see if I get it up. All right. A guy wakes up from his perfect isekai life to find he's been in a coma for several months and his life now sucks. So he does everything within his power to get him to put himself back in a coma, so he goes back to the isekai world.
That's SAO. That's Kirito. He wakes up and goes back to Alpha Online.
I gotta go with real.
Real. It's fake.
No, that's real.
That's literally
That is SAO.
That is literally
That's SAO.
So I've inadvertently made SAO.
Yes.
Yeah, so we should
You
get
made
a
a
point for that.
better SAO.
Cal, you're the fucking cause of SAO.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
No, I am not having that. I made up that one myself. I'm writing that tomorrow. Okay.
That's literally SAO. though.
Yes.
Okay. Guy realizes he's part of goes to a high school paranormal research society, only to find out it's run by demonic girls.
Oh,
Real.
You going real?
real.
You're going real?
Sounds like
I'm going to go fake.
It's real. It's
Sounds
called
like
DXD.
Thought so.
Oh!
Sounds like High School
Oh,
DxD.
motherfucker.
Yeah, I love
So-
High School DxD as well.
Sounds like
So
High School
Elliot's in the
DxD.
lead a minute. It's 3-2-2.
Yay.
Okay, we got another bit more on this one. So, guy who can't hear music is saved when he comes across another girl with a violin.
Real.
Real.
You going real?
Fake.
It's real.
Your line April, right?
It's correct.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
4-3-2. Okay. A show about a music school, which encourages its participants to both act in a super cool play and have music battles with one another.
Oh, real. It's
It's not K-On, is it?
no, it came out recently.
No.
there's
I
another one.
think it's real. It
Yeah,
sounds
real.
real.
It's real. It's Review Starlight.
That's it.
That's
Yeah.
it.
All of yours are just going real at the minute.
Okay.
The last three have been, yeah.
I'm still winning.
Okay. Okay. Slightly different one here.
Alright.
A spin-off of Pokemon,
Alright.
which involves Richie looking for Articuno with a man who might possibly be Ash's dad.
Real, because I know what it is.
In that case, I'm going real.
You could have not given it away, Grace.
Well, it was obvious because it's a famous one.
I thought these two wouldn't have seen Pokemon Chronicles.
No, it's really
No,
good.
I've seen some of Pokemon Chronicles.
It's really
not a
good.
bunch of it.
Okay.
I guess it's real then.
Okay. Reverse harem,
Mhm.
where every single girl has got a name similar to a guy, and it's interchangeable with guys' names.
Fake.
Fake.
Like,
That's fake.
Okay.
But I thought I based that on the idea of in Free, that's the plot of that one, that they all have what are considered very unisex names, but they're considered very
Have
feminine.
any of you guys ever seen The World God Only Knows?
No, I've never been able to get
No,
around
I've
to watching
heard that one's
It
pretty
is
good.
quite good actually. I'm not sure if it's on Crunchyroll, but just as a general recommendation, it just came into my head.
Post-apocalyptic anime, which involves the lead character having to mate with as many leaders of townships as
Oh
possible.
god.
real.
I think I've
That
heard.
sounds real.
I'm gonna go with real because I think I know. I think there's a manga with a similar plot.
There might be a manga with a similar plot, but it's fake.
Well,
That's it. It's the plot of conception.
that was,
That's
right.
an isekai, not post-apocalyptic.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Again, now I'll try to fool you.
Yeah, and again, I'm pretty sure there is. I'm pretty sure there's a manga where there's a disease where only 5 guys exist. So one of these 5 guys has to mate with as many women as he can.
No, it's a comic called Why the Last Man, I think.
God.
No, there's an actual anime on it. The anime men talked about it.
Oh, yeah.
It sounds like a hentai.
Okay.
I think it's more of an ecchi than a hentai, but
Re-
actually, it's not quite a hentai because this guy has sort of saved himself for a particular girl, so he's trying to find this girl.
Real or fake? A girl goes to Isekai world where she becomes a sex worker.
Fake.
Real.
Real.
There's a light novel of it.
I'm cheating a bit here because I'm going to give Elliot the point because it is a light novel.
Yeah.
It is a light novel. It's a
Oh,
real
right,
light
okay.
novel.
Okay,
But it's
alright.
not a real anime.
I have a quick one. This is for no points. 1,000 people who are addicted to a particular social media app are transported into this death game where they have to try and win a set of games or else they die.
Real.
Real.
It is real. It's not an anime, but it is a manga. It's called Real Account.
Really wanted to do that. I really want an anime adaptation of that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
actually. I've been reading the manga. It's actually pretty good.
God, if it was Facebook, imagine how many people.
Yeah, it'd just all be Russians.
nice.
Okay.
At that point, Mark Zuckerberg will be the devil.
Yeah.
Okay, here's one for you. An American transfer student accidentally unleashes a monster from the from Mount Fuji, but then has to get his family of mecha fighters to help save Japan.
I think I'm gonna go.
I think something like that happened in Mazinga.
I'm not
but
sure.
I'm not sure if it's exactly what happens.
I'm gonna
I
go
know it's not, but
fake.
it sounds a tiny bit like SSS Gridman. I'm gonna go fake.
I was
though.
thinking that.
You're gonna go.
No,
it's not
So
Gridman.
you're
I'm gonna
going.
go fake.
You're gonna go fake.
Fake.
You're going fake.
I'm gonna go real because I think I've heard of it.
It's fake. It's an episode of Dexter's Lab.
Oh yeah!
Oh, nice one! Nice one. This is a high five,
Oh,
dude.
that's good. That's good.
Damn, you tricked me. But I'm sure something like that happened in Mazinga Z.
I love the fact you were going. I'm pretty sure that happened. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
damn it.
I'm sure that did happen in Mazinga.
I love the fact that I fooled you. I'm gonna end it there because I love the fact I fooled him into.
Yeah.
I fooled Reese into thinking that an episode of Dexter's Lab was an anime.
I win.
Well done.
I
guys.
mean,
You won the first episode.
That's what I get for constantly researching anime.
This is why. For some reason, I thought you were going to say that's why mums go to Iceland.
I find it very interesting that the last few verses, in fact, all of the verses we picked have all been quite closely contested.
Well, I am
Yeah.
I'm coming up with most
Yeah.
of these, and I'm
Also,
deliberately
yeah.
picking
Yeah,
anime that I thought would
Just
be close.
quickly before we end as well, I actually have a bit of a manga recommendation that I found on the Shonen Jump app.
Yeah.
It's one I actually really like. It's called Samurai 8: The Tale of Hachimaru, and it's essentially space samurai.
Cool.
Space samurai with which have like a basically kind of robotic in a way. It's super cool, and you're like this. The artwork is done by a newcomer called Akira Okubo. The story is done by Masashi Kishimoto
Oh, hell yeah.
of Naruto. Yeah,
Hey, nice.
So
it's a weekly one. If you can have the Shonen Jump app, which I highly recommend again, by the way, you get like a bunch of Shonen Jump manga. It's literally just like £2
it's kind of like I'd say it's kind of like Netflix for manga.
kinda-
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can buy manga from that. I do seriously recommend getting there. If you get the chance.
So we're not back next month. We're back in 2 weeks.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
I am not getting any sleep. I'm gonna feel like Mashiro and Bakuman.
Right.
We've said it's basically we were going to do it on the 19th, but then me and Ren realised we'd already booked our Star Wars tickets and we couldn't get out of it
Yeah.
because that film's booked up so much in Liverpool.
Mhm.
So we're going to be coming back with that, and
It's a big one. Best of fall.
best of
Yeah,
four,
boy,
and we're
yeah.
all picking our wild cards. It's plural for
Oh.
Reese.
Yes. Well, you probably guessed what mine are already.
Yeah, we already know.
But
Because one of them you won't shut the fuck up about.
Oh, yes.
But so we're going to be talking about those ones, which means we're also about best of four, which I'm seriously excited to do because four's been an excellent.
Fall's been
season.
really good, yeah. Like we've had a new Food Wars, a new My Hero Academia, new Fate.
Some good original series.
Suki, which is super funny. Cautious Hero, which is super funny.
Demon School, very fun.
Yeah.
We have Stars Align, which is excellent.
I hope when I'm reincarnated, I'm reincarnated with like average powers, or whatever it's called. That's pretty good.
Okay, so let's.
Oh, yeah, that is really good. It gets dark.
Oh god.
I actually dropped that.
Yeah, I told you to pick it back up.
I'm considering it
Yeah,
seriously.
it's worth it, yeah.
All right. We'll see you next time, guys.
Thank you for joining us.
Take care, everybody.
Love you.
Take care, everybody.
Stay
Bye.
well. I love you.
See ya.